This video is going to go over how to complete an application for an annual review or a 5-year review. It's slightly different than the 10-year promotion sabbatical because those are a little more complicated and have online forms. This is a little bit simpler. When I first log in to Interfolio, I've selected Mansfield University and I've ended up here at my task list, which will tell me what packets I have to complete. So I'm going to click on the title here. Ignore the name of this. This is the template that I'm using for training and testing. You will be able to see the instructions, which are basically just follow the requirements and procedures from the CBA and anything that your department does. Upload your materials and submit your packet. This is the list of all of the things that you might want to add to your packet. You'll notice that some things are required and some things are not. This is a requirement of the software and not of the process. Because this packet is designed to meet the needs of both teaching and non-teaching faculty, we could only require things in the software that was necessary for both teaching and non-teaching. So just because it says 0 required does not mean that that is actually true for you. The student evaluations and the syllabi are required for all teaching faculty. So this is a list of the sections that you upload to, and I'm going to click on Edit to upload them. There's a little bit more information available here, and you can see that there's more information about optional versus required. So here's what you do. You find the section, your CV, which is required, you click on Add. You can add things from Dossier. They will come up listed here. If you've not loaded anything to Dossier, that's fine. You can click on Add a new file, and you have options to upload a document, load a video, or a web page, and I'm just going to upload some documents. So it's loaded my document, and I'm going to click Add. You'll see here it's added to this section, and I'm just going to continue to go down and add a few more things. I'm non-teaching faculty, so I have no student evaluations. In these sections, you can add more than one thing. So for additional evidence for effective teaching, I can add as many documents as I want. I can also add things other than documents. I can add links. I have a project that I worked on that is an online archive. It's better to send them a link to the project than it is to try and print it off and as a PDF and put it in some other odd format. So the reviewer will see the title and the URL. I do not believe they can see the description at this point. So you just title URL and the link will go into your packet. Once your items are here, if you want to move them around, you just click them and drag them and reorganize. You can also edit the names of things. You can change you might not know what this stands for, and save. You also have the option to replace a file if that's something of interest to you. When you are all done adding your materials, you will scroll to the top and click on Submit. You'll notice that it's not going to let me submit because I didn't complete one of the sections. So I'm going to close this and check out my section. I don't have anything in my service section, so I'm going to scroll down and see what's going on. Oh, my service section has one required document. I'll make sure to add something here. One of the things that I haven't shown because I edited them out is the little spinning wheel of uploading. You will see that frequently while you're uploading materials. I just didn't think you wanted to sit through all of these uploads, so I edited them out. But you will see that as the software is loading materials. So now that I have everything in here and I'm happy with it, When I click submit, this is essentially handing the packet in to your committee. Once you hit submit, you will not be able to edit your packet. You will not be able to add more materials or any of that kind of stuff. So be sure that you are actually ready to do this. You might want to take a look at what your viewer is going to see so you know what it's going to look like. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to preview the packet. In the packet preview, you can see exactly what the reviewers are going to see. It does a few weird things. My CV was uploaded as a Word document, and it actually pulled out section headers from it and included those in the preview. Everything else is listed. You'll notice it doesn't tell you the different sections you uploaded it into. And so it might be helpful to go back in and rename some of these documents, going back in and editing those in the other screen to make sure that it's very clear what people are seeing in your packet. So this is what it's going to look like to your viewers, and any changes you want to make you should do before you submit. So I'm going to go ahead and close my packet preview. And if I wanted to come and change any of the names of things, I could click on edit here. Of course, there's the option to remove or change files, that kind of stuff. If you're wondering what kind of files you can upload, you can watch either the dossier video that I've made, or you can look at the Interfolio handout, which is linked on the training page, and that will tell you what types of files to use. Okay, so I have uploaded all of my stuff, I believe, and I am going to try submitting again. It is going to give you a confirmation window basically saying that once you do this, you are locked out of your application, and are you really turning it in to the next committee? And so I'm going to say yes. At this point, you will notice that your document says it's submitted, that it is locked. The department committee has just received an email that your application is ready to review, and you will be notified by email when they upload evaluations to this, and you'll have the chance to rebut them. But at this point, you're done with the packet, and you can just log out and wait for the next step of the process.